Hi everybody, we are mowerwise.com. In this video we're sharing with you what we think is Ariens Zoom 34 to 19 horsepower KOHLER 6000 series 5 twin 34-inch zero-turn lawn mower. The first thing that interested me once I watched this weapon on the internet was its own engine. The top 19 horsepower KOHLER 6000 sequence motor is genuinely one thing to be pleased with this turn mower. During this Ariens Zoom 34 inspections, we aren't merely paying the search engine, however, additionally, a lot of different items that you have to consider when investing in a fresh lawnmower. Let us sweat the little stuff, and you start with things you might have read about additional Ariens zero-turn Zoom 34 testimonials. You might will not think a lot of the chair, and soon you've got to sit down it to get 30 minutes or two. Simply take it out of me personally, a terrible chair is going to have you currently considering returning a normally very good zero-turn mower. The 18-inch chair in the Ariens Zoom is rather snug, plus it creates it possible to accomplish all of the controllers. I just wish it had been flexible, and you wish to reduce a tiny bit more. The business nonetheless, comfy cushioning constitutes it. Just before I purchased this weapon, I utilized a 5-gallon tank leasing, also that I enjoyed it for a purpose. You gas after and just forget about this to the full experience. I detect that the measurement of the tank is acceptable. Nevertheless, it might be bigger. 2 liters will probably float the yard since the decks have shrunk my period by half an hour. However, I must reinstall it to get mulching. The 19 horsepower 6000 sequence V-twin 4-cycle motor comes with a 660cc displacement, also it's fuel powered. It lessens the time required up to clean half a person about half 1 hour or so, but simply take under account the disposition of marijuana and also the terrain. The machine includes a petroleum filter to safeguard the motor from jojoba petroleum jelly. Just whilst the deck may move as large as 4.5 inches, it's bound in its own potential to manage an excessive amount of cutting. It'd be best to make use of it upon bud briefer compared to that particular size to stop from flushing up at midway. This manufacturer holds true for their word whenever they predict this type of zero-turn mower. Front legs bend so economically at a zero radius to earn a comprehensive immediate flip. Matters receive somewhat cluttered as it stinks simply because they slip readily, however the remainder of your human anatomy retains the socket steady. The Ariens Zoom 34 is strong, also it'll persist for a very long period. The cost is best for an advantage of it is sort. I need the brand long that guarantee mainly because 36 months is still fairly confined. Additionally, there are some troubles, like the magnitude of this tank along with its particular weight, however you may forget that your premises is more level. Thus far I have not had some significant concerns using this, also it functions my own quarter-acre property fairly nicely. Listed here would be the 3 chief things with a zero-turn and the reason it isn't for you personally. Traction, that I purchased my Zoom 34 around 1.5 decades back. In the beginning it functioned nice before Obtain broke. I have a small incline for my rear yard, also it cannot hold itself onto exactly the smallest mount and take to slow or stop mount, and it rips up lawn since it slips and cannot twist incline, possibly elbows only spins since it chews up bud. Therefore, unless of course your lawn is an apartment, do not acquire it. This tiny zero-turn is unworthy on slopes of any type. Excess weight, the Zoom 34 can also be overly mild to deal with nicely on slopes or ditches. On account of the burden there isn't enough grip to grip it to the slope. I am not referring to a steep ditch bank right here. Any incline in the least induces that this particular unit to slip. Top quality, do not misunderstand me, that can be really a well-constructed device. I am fond of Ariens, and also this one utilizes the most useful engines and materials. The transmissions are rather significant for your own torque and weight of this CTR. For those who are in possession of a modest, half-acre apartment yard, that really is an enjoyable mower to use. It sparks clippings nicely and equally using nominal clumping better compared to most generators. The 7-position height alteration pedal is better and creates more high-priced designs that appear to be featureless.
This really is among the best features as it lets us lift the mowing deck to discuss matters, for example shrub branches, etc. 14.5 horsepower Briggs & Stratton single-cylinder engine to get high performance and also successful cutting-edge operation. 12-gauge, stamped steel deck using 2 maintenance complementary spindles and conventional side release to get user advantage. Completely flexible handle arms might be corrected at 3 distinct instructions to greatly help accommodate operator taste. Contains deck washout interface to get an easy means to continue to keep your deck thoroughly clean and also retain optimal overall. Disclaimer in qualifying region: just, in case an Ariens approved trader isn't inside your transportation spot, Zero Turn will send unassembled, right for you by way of routine auto shipping. To ensure white glove delivery accessibility before buying, telephone 888-927-4367 selection number 2. It's going to be sent into a own door largely constructed just to join the management with fundamental directions.